Today, we're going to be durability testing Honda's Bulletproof D-Series engine. The actual block had a massive crack in it. That thing looks freaking smooth. But first, I got to clean up this mess that I made inside. There, good to go.
Oh, it's clean on the inside, but dude, your windshield, it's nasty.
Yeah, I got washer spray. Alright guys, we are back with another Honda D-Series durability test, and this time we're going to put this thing through the ringer. We've done bacon grease, that didn't kill it. We've done peanut oil, that didn't kill it. We beat it on the course, we've redlined this thing, you name it, and the engine sounds really healthy still. We're going to try to do some more destruction to this engine, and first up, we are actually going to do something somebody suggested, which was a Toyota versus Honda video, and lucky for you guys, I own a 90s Toyota. My 1997 Toyota Camry. Honda versus Toyota pull-off here. Hopefully these anchor points are going to be suffice. And hopefully this chain's going to hold up. Now I know this engine is still on bacon grease and it's a bit low, so we're going to top it up with some more oil here just to make sure that the engine has a fighting chance and we're not going to overdo this thing. Yeah, that should be good. What the heck is going on with this thing? Oh, the distributor's not even in there. Let's tighten this up a little bit here. We don't want that thing causing a problem. All right, so clearly the Toyota had won that pull-off, but I think a better matchup would be, what if we hooked it up to the most non-structural part of this car, this rusty little bumper, versus the Toyota Camry's spoiler right here. And I'm kind of having an issue getting this on the spoiler, so I have even another hook that we're gonna try to get on here. I don't know how this is gonna work, but it's gotta go, right? Oh, there we go. That should be good. How can we just hook to this? There. Let's do a pull-off spoiler versus rusty bumper. All right, so the Honda lost the Toyota pull-off challenge, but we're gonna move on to our next part of the durability test, where we're gonna use Coca-Cola as coolant, and we're gonna stick some Mentos in there as well, just like the old brain rot videos. So once we install this into the cooling system, will this cause a volcano explosion? I guess we're gonna have to find out here. We got the cooling system completely drained out. I think what we're gonna do first is just see how reactive this stuff is. Let's pour it into this overflow. All right, let's just fill this up and see how reactive it's gonna be. All right, here we go. We got a whole stick. What does it do? Oh yeah, that's pretty reactive. That should do something. I think we're gonna fill up the up radiator hose full of all the Mentos, put all of the Coke in here until it starts coming out of the radiator, and then we'll just run it. So hopefully the water pump will push it through the Mentos and cause some crazy reaction. I guess we're gonna have to find out here. All right, it's starting to come out of this top here. Oh yeah, jam it in there. Okay, try to jam that into this radiator like this. Oh, just go in there. All right. Anything happen? Maybe it just needs more Coke. Yeah, the only thing to do right now is just to go rot on the thing. It smells like a bacon breakfast. Still got a full thing of Coke right here. Oh, it's boiling. Is that normal? Guys, well, we're gonna run back to the shop because we can't destroy this thing. I mean, sure, we could put it in a car crusher and destroy it that way, but yeah, this is just working as normal. The engine sounds good. I mean, watch, we're gonna go through these trees right now. Got a little stuck on something. There. But pulls right out of it. It's fine. I don't get it. There's a whole tree under the car right now, and it's fine. Oh, there it goes. All right, guys. Well, we are back from doing some more torture testing. Like I said, it's just not blowing up. I don't know what to do to make it blow up other than just run it out of oil and the coolant, which we don't want to do. So let's just do the prelims here and just check everything. We still have, it's full of Coca-Cola still. You can see we got Coke in here. So the cooling system, Coke system, whatever you want to call it, that's still full. Let's double check to just see how full the engine oil slash bacon grease slash vegetable oil is. Because right now we're a 50-50 mix of bacon grease and vegetable oil. And look at that, on the stick, full. Now this thing did have an oil leak prior to doing this. And maybe the bacon grease is fixing our oil leaks. I don't know yet. Let's fire it up. We're going to check oil pressure too, because we didn't do that yet. So let's just see what the oil pressure numbers are. And then we'll, for the hell of it, we'll check the compression as well to see what the engine looks like for the compression. So mind you, the engine is still pretty scorching hot. And we're just shy of 20 PSI probably, 15 to 20 PSI. And that's bacon grease and vegetable oil. That's what it is. All right, checking compression. 135. All right, well, we have good numbers. I mean, probably 135, 130 maybe isn't the best. I don't know what the compression's supposed to be, but clearly we have some good compression that's consistent across the board still. Oil pressure's looking good. The coolant's looking good. I mean, we do have some oil leaks, but yeah, that's neither here nor there. I can't destroy this thing. I can't kill it. I don't want to just do the age-old thing where you just run them out of coolant and feed stuff into the intake until it shuts off. Everybody's done that. At this point, I've had a few people comment, maybe you should tear this thing down and rebuild it, put it into something else. And I think, just for the heck of it, I need to get rid of this chassis. This thing is rusted out, rotted. It needs to go bye-bye. I'm going to pull the engine out. I'll get it down, and maybe I just tear it down and see what the insides look like. What kind of wear is actually happening after beating this thing for a consecutive day in and day out with random oils, random cooling system, putting stuff into the intake, sucking up whatever was on this floor. And let's just tear this thing out of this car quick, tear it down, and see what damage is done on the inside of this engine. All right, we got to see what this oil looks like. It should be pretty nasty. Hopefully it's sparkly too. Kind of gross looking right from the get-go. Here's mixture. Oh, it just stinks too. It still smells bacony. You got that vegetable oil smell in there. It is pretty gross looking, but there is sparkles in there. That's a good sign. That means damage just has to be occurring to this thing. The torture testing is working, I think. And we might as well drain the Coca-Cola out of it once too. Well, this should look pretty fancy coming out of here too. Oh, it stinks. It smells like straight up Coca-Cola and mint. Holy crap. All right, the oil and the coolant is now completely drained. I did drain the transmission fluid in there too, which whatever. But this coolant, this Coca-Cola coolant with the Mentos, it's like aroma of just minty and weird corn syrupy kind of smell, which is hilarious. So anything I spill on the floor is just food essentials right now. I did rip the axles out. I got all this stuff out. We're gonna be dropping the engine soon. What's really funny about this I gotta show is here are some of the mounts. We have one bolt here holding this on to the transmission. On the driver's side, this mount isn't even holding anything on. It's completely loose. So not even a bolt in there. And we've been rotting on this thing. And it didn't fall out of the car. Surprise, surprise. Then we just have these two bolts back here on the transmission we gotta tackle. But yeah, this thing's gonna be out here in just a second. Well, I'm about to put this on the engine stand, and now I see why this thing was leaking oil. The actual block had a massive crack in it. And when we had the oil pan off the first time, we realized this bolt had spun from the oil pan. And we're like, yeah, it's just probably just worn out threads. Well, no, not worn out threads, a cracked block. So much for rebuilding this thing, but let's still tear it down. All right, let's rip in. Bacon up autopsy on the Honda engine. Let's do this. There was a new belt on here, evergreen. Looking right on the cam bearings. All those little bubble thing looking things, that's actually bacon grease, bacon up, solidified. That's bacon grease right there. And it still stinks just like bacon grease still. Oh, wow. Here's one. This one's got a lot of bacon up, but look at that. The surfaces don't look damaged. I mean, there might be a little bit of wear on this one. You can see there's some lines starting right there. But overall, all the lobes look fine. Even the bearing surfaces, those look fine. Like I said, this is the only one that I see that has somewhat of a line. You can kind of feel it, just barely, but that's a good start right there. Let's pull this cam out. Now the journals, on the other hand, have a little bit of a rough edge. But again, for as much ripping and tearing we were doing out there with this thing, you know, vegetable oil, peanut oil, bacon up, and then half and half here. It still didn't destroy the top end here, which is so surprising to me. I thought for sure this was gonna eat this thing up. Let's keep digging here. All right, now that we got the head off, we can see inside the cylinders, and dude, it's perfect. It's great. Let me go get a light. I mean, just look at the cylinders. Like, not any signs of wear. This one's got like a little bit of a carbon ridge up here on top. But even the back one, you can see the cross hatching in the thing still. How in the world? I just don't understand how this thing held up. I did take the water pump off too. My Dr. Pepper Mentos mixture, that's all out of the thing. But yeah, this is insane. Everything looks really healthy. Surprise, surprise. Let's flip this block over and maybe we'll pull this filter apart too. Pop these pistons out of here and just see what it's all about. Take this oil pump off. In the pickup tube, all that looks really good. Nothing in the screen. First look of the mains, they don't look bad. I mean, there's a couple of wear lines, but they were getting plenty of bacon up. Nice and clean. Maybe right here, there's a couple of lines. I guess as it dries down, I guess there's some wear. Let's take a look at the crank and look at that. That looks wonderful. I don't know. I can't believe how good it actually looks. You know, and if I would have taken that rubber gasket off this thing, I probably would have saw this humongous crack right here. You can see it cracked all the way in to the block here. This chunk finally just fell off here, not being held in by the transmission anymore. But yeah, that's a doozy. That was a problem. I'm not convinced I did that, but I potentially could have, but maybe the person before me, maybe that was the issue. There was only one bolt holding the transmission on, to mind you. Woo! Now it smells like bacon again. Just pop a cap off. Now the crank should come out here. There we go. Gosh, it's got some weight to it. Man, that thing looks freaking smooth. All those journals, everything. That looks wonderful. Well, here's the mains, thrust. That doesn't look terrible. But anybody that was not a firm believer that Bacon Up was a premium product, just look at these mains. Look at that. They look wonderful. No way. This is bizarre to me. Here's the rod bearings, all those caps. I mean, there's some wear. You can see there's definitely some wear on these with the discoloration, but look at that. You think this would be scored to beat hell, but it's not. Get the pistons out real quick. Pretty much got this whole block disassembled here. Look at the rings. They all look good. The oil control ring doesn't look all plugged up. Looks like there's a couple pieces of bacon in there maybe. Look at this rod bearing. There's a little bit of like staining or something. Or maybe that's the coating coming off. Yeah, that must be it. So this one looks like it's getting some damage to it. Here's another one. I don't really feel a lip on there, but you can see the wear. It's pretty prominent right there. On the side here. Wear down here. Gosh, that almost looks like the salt or something like that from the Bacon Up is eating away at it. I don't know. I don't know what kind of science I'm proving here. Even the skirt wear. There you could tell there's a little bit of wear there. That could have been prior to me even doing anything, but look at this. This is actually cleaned up really good. Even the carbon and stuff on these pistons, it's just non-existent. Now, I guess I don't know the state of what this engine actually was prior to when I got it. It looks like maybe somebody did a head gasket on it or something like that. But as far as the lower half, it's hard to say if this was really, really dirty or not, but maybe the Bacon Up's cleaning the carbon bits out of this thing a little bit too. To be fair, I did run like several different oils through this thing now, so it probably cleaned it up pretty dang good. But they've all been cooking oils. Now real quick, I think let's just pull apart the oil filter. That's really the last thing on the list here and see if we caught a bunch of material. Clearly we saw there was wear on these rods and stuff, so it should have something in it, correct? What shall we see? What shall we see? There's certainly some icky vicky in here. That's for sure. Let's I'll go grab a magnet. Well, we got some metal on the magnet. So clearly it's doing something here. We're eating a little bit of metal. Could be a little carbon / Bacon Up getting on it too, but overall, this thing is pretty dirty. You know, I was just remembering, I use this thing as a vacuum too. And you'd think that like the tops of the piston would have like some sort of pitting or something like that from all the rocks and stuff I sucked up, but nothing. Not seeing anything. What if we check the valves? I thought for sure I'd see like a chip or something like that because there was some stuff on that floor when I was using it as a vacuum that just was not good. It sounded nasty. Let's pull the valves out real quick here. Maybe we can see that like the seats, whoops, that's probably shot. Then we can see if the seats got a lot of like wear or something like that. I don't think it's going to, but let's just check. Since we're here. All right, well, here's a bunch of exhaust valves. I mean, there's some spots and stuff like that, so maybe there's some pitting. Like, you don't feel it when you rub your finger on it. I suppose the intake side should be the bad side, right? That was the vacuum side when we're sucking it up like a Hoover vacuum. And, dude, they all look really good. They're even like lapped still, like somebody like actually went through and did this. Well, I'd be darned. These Honda engines, man, they got some really, really strong machine work. Well, there you have it. After everything I put this poor Honda through, the bacon grease, the peanut oil, the vegetable oil, the constant red lines, the overheating, the neutral drops, the going through trees, sucking things up like a vacuum. What ultimately ended up killing it was to find that cracked block. I mean, there's nothing I can really do with that block being like that. You can see right here, this is where the actual one of the bolts from the oil pan tightened up into this thing, and that's shot. So that's why the engine was leaking so much oil this whole time. I thought it was the rear main seal, but no, it's just a cracked engine block. Just common, right? And I'm convinced that I didn't do that part because it only had one bolt in the transmission. Sure, I could have put more bolts in, but it was probably busted before then. That's probably why I got this thing for free. So with a heavy heart, I have to say this is the end of the Bacon Up Honda. Which means we need to figure out what we're going to be torturing next. And I have an idea.